किरीटिनं गदिनं चक्रहस्तं इच्छामि त्वां द्रष्टुमहं तथैव तैनेव रूपेण चतुर्भुजेन सहस्रबाहो भव विश्वमूर्ते. Hello friends, this is the 46th shlok of the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and today we will understand this shlok in detail. So let's first go over its meaning. So the shlok says, Kiritinam Gadinam Chakrahastam, which means with crown, with mace, with chakra in hand, Ichhami Tvam Drashtumaham Tathaiva, which means I desire to see you. Therefore, Taineva Rupena Chaturbhujena, which means to your four-handed form, Sahasra Baho Bhav Vishwamurte, which means become a Vishwamurti with 1,000 arms. So, over here, Arjun is asking Sri Krishna to revert back to his four-handed form with crown, mace, and chakra in hand. And this request of Arjun is basically been motivated because he, although is happy to look at Sri Krishna, but is also shaking with fear while looking at him. So in the previous shlok also Arjun was saying the same thing, and there we understood the point of view of the devotee, as in how the devotee has to come back from the higher level of consciousness to the lower level of consciousness in order to perform his duties that have been assigned to him by the divine over here. Now in this shlok we can look at the same idea from the point of view of the divine, wherein we can understand why the divine also has to descend from his infinite form to his personal form. So why it is necessary, that is what we can understand over here also. So the personal form of the God actually is more helpful to human beings and also all the beings in terms of being on the right path than the impersonal form, which is the infinite one, because the infinite one is a very abstract form of the divine, and a devotee cannot really form a relationship with that infinite form because that infinite form is so abstract and it's not really apparent to the devotee. So that's why it becomes very abstract and very hard for the devotee to really form a relationship with that one. While if the divinity descends into a personal form, then it becomes easier for the devotee to really form a relationship. So that is why it is important that the personal form is displayed by the divine. Otherwise, the devotee will not be able to form any relationship. So you have to understand it from the point of view of say for example the messages coming from the divine also, right? I mean, when the divine asks his devotee to perform something for him, if that instruction has to come, then that instruction has to manifest. It cannot really be completely unmanifest, right? In some language it has to come, in some form it has to come, in some way it has to come. It has to come in a certain manifested form. It cannot really be unmanifest all the time. So you have to understand that the formless divine cannot really do anything in this universe as such. The formless divine cannot really implement its will on this universe by remaining formless. It has to become some form. He has to take some form. Then only he can implement his will on this creation. So that is what has been mentioned over here by Arjun, where Arjun is saying that, I want you to come back to your personal form so that, I can then love you, I can form relationship with you, I can relate with you, and I can get your message, I can make sense of your message, and you can be with me, you can guide me throughout my endeavors. So I want you to be in that personal form. If the Lord stays in the impersonal form, in an infinite form, in an unmanifest form, then he cannot really help his devotee in terms of fulfilling the action that has been given to the devotee. So the instruction, if instruction has to come, the instruction has to come in some language. So that language is a manifestation also. That is also a personal form, or it has to come in a vision. It has to come in a vision. That vision also is the manifestation of the divine in some personal form. So that is what is meant over here when Arjun is saying that I want you to return back to their personal form. When people say that you cannot really have the divine in any personal form, they basically are missing this point. They're missing this point that the divine, when he has to convey his message, he can only convey that message in some manifest form, either as a voice in a language, either as a vision, either as some indication somewhere the divine has to do. So he has to manifest in a personal form, and that is what Arjun is requesting Sri Krishna to come back into. So that was the message of this shlok. I hope that I have explained this shlok well to you. With that, I'll close this video. I will see you in the next video. Take care.